Alright, today I'm just going to look at my Jicambas, and these are about half a year old, the ones that I have right here. These guys actually already have mature sized Jicamas, but I prefer to leave them and to see if they can get any bigger or produce more tubers. As you see, all these already have pretty decent sized, price store sized tubers. But one thing that I find during the springtime is they tend to prefer to make flower stalks over making more leaves. So whenever I see that happen, I'll let the leaf grow, but like the flower buds, I'll just pick them off and let them grow more leaves. Like right here, it's making more leaves. That's why I want it, because the more leaves, the bigger the leaves get, the bigger the tubers are gonna get. So, especially this one right here, it's getting pretty big, and that means it's gonna produce more and more for me. I'll just make sure I don't let it flower. Like even this one, it's making plenty of new leaves. It's actually what I want. Like this one right here, it doesn't look like it's really doing anything. But I also put them in the ground because a lot of times when a stem gets placed into the ground, it'll start making a tuber right there. Like this one right here is making some new leaves. This one just a little bit, but it's making way too many flowers, so I'm gonna have to pull those off. This one kind of the same. But this is the one that I'm just gonna allow to flower. As long as it has some leaves for photosynthesis, it's good for making plenty of seeds. Growing seeds is one way to grow them, but it takes quite a bit of time. If you get one and you let it produce a little bit of shoots at the top and then split it up into sections, it usually makes faster and stronger plants. But here are some of these guys that I grew from seed. As you see, it takes a while for them to grow past the first two leaves. But once they actually produce flowers, they can produce a ton of seeds. Like one plant itself can produce hundreds of seeds. As all these can turn into a pod, which each pod usually has at least 5-6 seeds. But the ones in here, they're also about a month old. And it looks like these are producing really, really well. This is probably one of the best ones. When they're young like this, they don't really produce seed just yet, so my intention is letting them get as big and tall as possible, so I might give them like a stick to grow up before they grow any seeds, and if they do, I'll try to pick them off and let them focus on foliage, because they're kind of like a potato. The bigger the top growth, the bigger the bottom growth. And these are actually the ones right here. They're not from seed, from this row, these two rows. This one, when I cut it up, it kind of died off a little bit, but it's growing right back right here. But the one thing about growing sections is you already have plenty of stored energy, so you know you're gonna get a lot of leaf growth relatively quickly. Where the seed has to photosynthesize and produce a lot of energy on its own right from the start. Here are a couple of that I grew a couple weeks ago. Still need to find a spot in the garden for these guys. But yeah, Jicamas are relatively easy to grow plant. It's just that when I transplant them, you have to be really careful not to give them any shock, because a lot of times they dry out if I shock them too much.